Hello. I can't believe I'm recording this, but I recorded an intro for today's episode and the audio didn't record. It's just me yapping into a microphone with no audio. So it's just my face with no sound coming out of it. And what a waste. So I did go into this episode with every intention of having like a video intro for you. But, you know, alas, the universe said, no, you don't get to know what this week's low-cal sweet treat of the week is. You don't get to hear my spiel about following us on social media, this, that, and the other. We're just going to go right into it because I've had it and I got to get this edited and put out. Thanks for listening to I Feel Fat Today every week. The pleasure's all mine. Okay. My guest this week, I cannot believe the audio didn't record. Okay. I got to get over it. My guest this week is comedian Connor Meade. Connor, thank you so much for coming over.
Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to talk to you.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah. So where are you from?
I was born in Detroit, kind of was raised in like Detroit suburbs.
Okay.
Which I can't wait to even talk about this. My mom, she was in Herbalife.
Oh, I mean, that's like the Mecca.
No, yeah.
That area.
Yeah. She killed it. She like got to the top of that pyramid scheme.
Yep.
Like
when you get in early, you can do really well.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you run out of people.
Yeah. And it definitely crumbled because that's just the way they are.
Yeah.
But, so we ended up in the suburbs because she fucking killed it at that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
She made it out.
Yeah. She made it out the hood. We weren't that. It was fine.
It's a city compared to
right,
suburban. Yeah. Totally. Okay. All right. So remind me again what Herbalife was.
So it was just like a giant, like dieting, it's pyramid scheme, but
yes.
what it was like the way they call it, like a multi-level.
MLM. Yeah. Multi-level marketing.
Yeah. It was that.
Okay.
And my mom truly thought, she's like, I'm helping people. Like she had the goodness in her heart. She wasn't trying to like scam people. Yeah. Because it was like late 90s, early 2000s when it was like kind of fresh still.
Yes.
So yeah.
Did she meet them through church?
I don't know. We didn't really go to church.
Okay.
So I think it was someone who was like, hey.
Lady in town.
Yeah. Hey, lady in town.
Yeah, no,
you look
totally.
like she's very charismatic. She's always been like server, bartender. She used to be a model. Like,
okay.
She's very approachable, pretty, like charismatic, great person. So I was like, oh, you're probably great at selling stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Because
she killed it.
That's the thing with multi-level marketing. It's like because I almost got roped into doing Mary Kay when I was in college, which is like a sneaky MLM. Yeah. I mean, aren't they all? But that one especially. Because I'm like, Mary Kay is good makeup. I feel like I've used Mary Kay before even, realizing that that's how it's distributed.
Right.
And that, like, the way that it was sold to me of how easy it is like, oh, you're in a sorority. What you meet every week. When you go to your meetings, you can just bring it and then tell people about it and tell them how easy it is to sell and da-da-da-da-da-da. Right. So for someone like your mom who sounds like she's like super charismatic, it's like, well, you have friends. Do you have friends that you play bridge with? Bring it to the bridge parties.
Euchre. Euchre's the Midwest one.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Okay, so you said your mom was a model.
Yeah, she was in the 80s. Back in the
80s, she was a model. Yeah. Did that have an impact on how she raised you as far as like how you look, or did she care?
Yeah. I mean, she was very much like, she was one of the moms where she wasn't like mean, like you're fat, but she was definitely like, oh, you're kind of fat. Do you want to like do this?
You're getting a little chunky.
Right. Oh, you should have the Herbalife. Like,
yes, you had to have a lot of Herbalife.
Yeah.
Do you remember like a specific product? Was it like shakes?
There's shakes, there's bars.
Okay.
That's really all I remember. I remember having the shakes and the bars mostly, and they weren't awful, but they weren't that great either. Yeah. But especially like when the company was like going down and she had so much left over, it's like now everyone's eating.
Oh, she went down with the ship.
Yeah, like everyone went down with the ship. Like it just like I guess like the owner of it died for completely unrelated reasons to the Herbalife, but people thought it was like the Herbalife that killed him. Yeah. So everyone stopped buying it, like, and it just fizzled out. Like it still exists, I guess, today, which I didn't know. It does. Yeah. It does. But it is not the same.
Yeah. Oh man, your mom doesn't do it.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. She's been out. She's been like a firefighter also, and like. Oh, okay. Now she's back just bartending because it's the most money.
Easiest way to make the most money. Totally.
Yeah. And it is like the model thing. It was always like stand up straight, like suck in your stomach, like that's how you look.
I feel like that's like
Every mom though. Right?
Yeah.
Like
and I feel like that's like, it's so ingrained to like stand up straight, suck in your stomach. It's like, I feel
I'm
like
so bad at it.
I know. I know.
Like
I hate when I get photos from like performing and it's like, that's how I look.
Yeah.
It's so upsetting.
Like anytime it's from the side, like please don't. Why are you doing this?
I know.
You see this picture. Why are you posting this?
I know.
Like,
and then I take away from the performance because mentally I'm like,
right.
trying to get myself looking right. I have no idea. Okay, so interesting. So Herbalife mom. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a little sister, older brother.
Oh, middle child.
Yeah, I'm a middle.
Yeah, I'm a middle child as well.
And I'm the shortest and fattest.
Oh, there you go.
Right, so
I guess technically so am I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're also both redheads, and I'm not.
Okay,
so
yeah.
both like I'd always just look like this like adopted child.
What's your natural hair color?
It's just brown.
Yeah, so did you look like the mailman's baby?
Yeah, exactly. That was like the big joke.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
My dad, because we're like super like Scottish and like Irish, like my grandpa would be like, "Oh, you're the darky of the family." I'm like, "Don't say that in public."
Don't say that. So grandpa.
Right? Yeah. It was like he was like he's just like you're not like the super pale.
Yeah,
like, you know, gingery.
Yeah.
He's like I was the only one that got tan. Like.
Yeah. It's like okay. Grandpa, you worked at General Motors.
Right.
You're fine.
Honestly.
I get it.
Probably.
Okay, yeah. So mom did Herbalife. You have siblings. So and you said you were the shortest and fattest. Did your siblings ever struggle with their weight at all?
My older brother did when he was younger, but then he went to the Air Force, so obviously just works
that
out every day.
Cleaned it up, yeah.
Yeah, and then my little sister's always been skinny. She's gorgeous. She also like does like some modeling here and there.
Oh wow!
But it's more just kind of like it's like cool. Like she just likes doing it. But yeah, she's gorgeous. Like, and she's very like health conscious, even though she doesn't have to be. Like,
yeah, totally,
but,
totally.
Yeah. It's always been like that thing to be like I love you, you're beautiful. Like I know you think I'm beautiful. I know you like you don't have to.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like she feels bad that I ended up being the fat one. Like, hey, I'm the funny one. We have our things.
I'm the performer.
Right.
Yeah, we have our things.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that can be. I've never had a model mom, and I don't know what that would have been like.
Right. She isn't like waspy. She ended up not like having to stop modeling because she just couldn't lose any more weight. Of course, I wanted her to be like my whole family's always been big.
Yeah.
Like my relatives, I mean, and she always fluctuated. She's never been like big, but you know, like model, like oh, you have to lose 10 more pounds. She's like, I literally can't. Like I'm gonna pass out if I lose any more weight. Like But we are just kind of like naturally like us bigger people. So like as her bones were too big.
I don't know if you would know her thoughts on this, but like, what does she think about like a plus size swimsuit model on Sports Illustrated? Is she like, yeah, that's awesome, or is she like, that's not the modeling back in my day?
No, she's very like body positive. Like she's cool. Like it did take her a while. Like she was never like anti fat people, but she used to be a lot more afraid of me being fat. If that's fair,
yeah, because of like the implication of what that could be for your life.
Yeah. So, but now she's very much like own it, slay.
Oh,
like
that's good. That's great.
Yeah,
that's great. Own it.
Hi, gay. Like she's very, very supportive. Like,
oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Good,
hi,
good,
fat.
Good. Like, hi, fat. Oh my god. So, did you, without your mom, sort of like influencing you, did you ever like go on diets and stuff like that, like when you were younger to try to lose weight?
Oh yeah, I was like, cause I was like. First time I realized I was fat was maybe I was like 8 years old.
Okay.
Like I started my period. I realized I was the first one to get boobs. And like everyone's asking questions like, did it hurt? Did the getting boobs hurt? Like, and like, I remember in gym class, like I had stretch marks on my love handles. And I remember girls being like, what happened? Oh my God, what happened to you? And I was like, no. Like I just wanted to throw up.
Like, I'm just existing.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. And then I had like my one friend confided like sometimes girls get stretch marks because she's growing up. Like that's what she. And I was like, yeah, like
yeah. It's like, do you even know what they are?
No, I barely did. Exactly. Like I was like, I don't know. They're just there. Like I remember like the first time I saw one, I was like, what's happening to me? Like you think you're like ripping apart or something crazy. I mean, you know, my mom just gives you a talk like this happens to your body. It's natural, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Gotta get some creams.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm sure Herbalife has some
tanning. I was in a tanning bed at like 10.
Really? How did that happen?
So my mom had like a lot of money through the Herbalife stuff, and like her friend owned a tanning salon, and she's like, "Do you want to buy this tanning bed for like cheap. So we had a tanning bed in the basement.
In the house?
Yeah, in the house,
I would have been
baby.
there every effing day,
I was the
dude.
tannest 10-year-old.
Dude. Oh my God.
Beach ready all the time. Like in Michigan, middle of winter.
Michigan.
Like, I'm sun-kissed.
That is so funny. That's such a funny, harmful thing to do at that age. Because I was...
But like it did make me feel better. Like it makes you feel skinnier. Like it makes you feel better.
Yes.
And that's what... So I was like, yeah. Like
1,000%. No, 1,000. And I just love the idea of our moms being like, do it.
Yeah.
Makes you feel better, makes you look better.
Right.
It hides, it like makes stretch marks look better.
That was like the big
different.
reason, because I remember coming home crying, like, hey, these stretch marks.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know, I could try like tanning. Her like gets rid of it.
Yeah.
She's like, just cover up, in lotion, Don't
Yeah.
get burnt. Don't stay in there too long. She's literally like staying there for like 3 minutes for like a little bit, every couple days. Like,
oh my God, that's another thing about having it in your house.
Yeah.
If I had a tanning bed in my house, I would be laying in that thing for at least 30 minutes.
Right.
Literally.
No, yeah. Actually, it wasn't a bed. It was like a stand-up one.
Yeah, but still. Yeah. Well, I guess, that helps make it so that you're not in there for forever.
Right.
Because
Like
so when I was in college, we had a tanning salon that was like $9.99 a month for unlimited tanning, but you can only go once a day. And
Dang it.
And I was addicted. I went every single day. Did not miss a day. I don't care how busy I was. I had to go tanning.
Right.
And maybe I can find some photos of that era in my life. I was so tan. Like if I turned orange, I didn't care, because orange was better than being pale.
Right.
And it's just like I was in college, and I just like.
What year was it?
It was 2013.
Yeah, that was a tan age.
Yeah.
That was a tan time.
Yeah, like I was in college from 2010 to 2014, and so I was tanning that entire time.
Oh yeah, that's what I love. Planet Fitness, and you could also tan. I was like, okay, sold, baby. Like I'll do it.
Totally.
Yeah, I still do it sometimes. Like I like getting a base.
Yeah. So I haven't hit a bed. I'm not above it. I would so hit a bed. But I was in Florida for like a week and a half last month. And even in just like recording and editing this podcast, like, you color correct, you do all that shit. I'm like, I don't even need to. I look amazing.
Right.
Like the tan that I got from being there. And now, I mean, it's like faded, which sucks. But
you still look sun-kissed.
A little bit. But it's not what it was.
Right.
Yeah. But I also, like, when I was younger, I used to get tan, like, really... It was just really lovely, the tan I would get.
Same.
And then, like, as I got older, it was like, okay, I burn, and then it turns to tan.
Yeah.
Now, as an adult, I just burn, and then my skin sloughs off, and then it's just, like, brand new baby skin. So, like, I was so insane when I was in Florida about, like, okay, at 10 a.m. I need to have 50 SPF, but at, like, 3 p.m. I can go down to, like, 30. Like, I was timing my sun blocking. So that, like,
that's smart, though.
I wasn't getting... sunburnt, but I also wasn't getting no tan, because if I put on too much sunblock, then I'm not going to get any color whatsoever. So much thought goes into it. Oh, it's exhausting.
So much. Like it's like all we have to think about all the time.
I
What does my
know.
skin look like? What does my hair look like? What does my body look like?
Yes.
It's just so exhausting.
Absolutely. Did you have people in your class come over and use the tanning bed?
No, because my mom was very much like, I mean, unless like my mom had a couple friends who would come over.
Yeah.
But I think everyone else's parents were like, no.
Yeah. You got to sign off.
Right. Yeah.
To use it.
Right.
How old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I'm about to turn 32 in August.
Oh, we're like the same age pretty much. I'm going to be 31. And
awesome.
Yeah, do you worry about like melanoma or any of that stuff?
A little bit. Like I'm mostly as worried about like I'm starting to notice some wrinkles.
Oh yeah.
That like, I mean, I've always kind of had like weird wrinkly like lower eye for some reason.
Yeah.
But like I'm noticing the crow's feet, but I don't really mind the crow's feet.
It's not the crow's feet that I'm worried about. It's like the forehead stuff.
Yeah.
And like the in between my
I've
eyes.
noticed an in between the boobs.
Yes.
When I'm really tan. I'm like, oh, it looks like Florida mom.
Yes,
sometimes.
Totally.
Like if I burn there.
Like a 50-year-old. Yeah. Totally.
Like I'm in Vegas at the slots or
yeah,
something.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that when I am at the slots, I have a cigarette and a drink as well. So it's like I'm adding to it. Like I'm totally adding to it.
Like I am that person.
Yeah, like that's who I want to be.
Exactly.
Just bring on the boob wrinkles. That's who I want to be.
It's part of life.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So speaking about thinking about your appearance, you actually posted on Instagram today, the day that we're recording this, about like entering my wig era.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. So how do we like, how do you feel about this? I think it looks great.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's definitely, so I'm very like, I'm tomboy. Like I'm very boy.
Yes.
So like this is a lot. Like I haven't had long hair. Like I always have, my hair has like half shaved for anyone who doesn't know what I look like. But I also like, I have PCOS. So, which is another big thing that adds like the weight thing and appearance. Like basically my hair's thinning so much that it's like, I'm not like bald, but it's at the point where it's like, it's all I think about.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to shave my fucking head and wear a wig.
Yeah.
And like try something to grow my hair back. Like I'm just so sick of like constantly thinking about it. It's like, do it like, cause if the wind blows a certain way, it's like, I look so bald. Like, and then I'm putting like weird, that's basically like eyebrow filler, like on my hair.
Right.
And it's like doing this is so much. And I feel like it's bad for my scalp, all the shit I'm putting on it. Like,
I know. Who knows? Yeah. And it's like right under your scalp is your fucking brain.
Right.
So it's like,
I'm buying some shit off Temu. That's like,
oh God.
Including this wig, actually.
It's just
this wig is looking $8.
You have asbestus leaking into your fucking
I'm gonna
pores
die.
Right now.
There's like little worms like crawling, like carving their way into my brain. I'm gonna be like, was it Robert Kennedy Jr.? Oh yeah, but we look great. That's all that. Hopefully it makes me skinny too.
Yeah. Hopefully the
worms keep going.
They keep the same joke.
Yeah.
The worms from your brain into your stomach.
Right.
Oh God.
If only.
If only. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, so when did you get diagnosed with PCOS?
Well, actually, so I think I was 24 the first time. They're like, you have high androgen levels. I don't even have high testosterone. It's mostly androgen, which I didn't even know was a thing.
No idea what that is.
It's like the non-binary one. Like that's like the easiest way to describe it, I guess. It's like this in-between hormone that both girls and guys have it, but you're not supposed to have too much of it. And I do, and then I finally got like the probe. I got probed in my puss to look for all my little cysts and stuff. And he's like, oh, you have a big one here and that. And I'm like, okay, what do you do? He's like, really nothing. No one cares about.
Didn't biopsy them? I guess maybe because there's so many. They're like, this ain't cancer.
No, they know it's not cancer because it's like something about. Well, apparently they weren't worried about it.
Yeah.
Like there's something about them that's like enough to see that it's not.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, you definitely have PCOS. You have all these cysts. And I'm like, okay, what do we do? What's the next step? He's like, well, it's all just symptom treating.
Yeah.
So he's got me like going to a dermatologist to look at my hair, and then some kind of like appetite suppressant to help with because you do crave. It's like a lot like cravings. I'm on Zoloft and Wellbutrin for depression. So it's really just all just pills and things.
Yeah. I mean, PCOS is one of those things where it's like, it is. The symptoms can be so rough. I know a few women with PCOS.
It's really common too, like overly common. And and everyone's just like, oh, whatever. Like doctors literally like barely study the female body. Like, like someone made a post, like some girl had like a post about it that was really funny. I wish I remember the comic's name. It was a video, basically singing a song, and at the end she's like, guys' bodies or girls' bodies are just boy bodies with boobs, and that's it. Like, like that's like how they treat it.
No,
like definitely there's nothing different. Like,
but there's a million ways to fix your dick.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Or men's hair loss, male pattern balding is important.
Forget it.
Yeah.
There's a company that treats both.
Right. Yeah. Right. But yeah, there's just not a lot of research about it. There is more there's more like specific places that are like, but they're expensive as fuck. I need a referral and there's a wait list, and
I'm sure insurance is a nightmare.
Yeah, because I'm on Medicaid, so they don't want to talk to my broke ass.
Yeah, right.
There's get your Temu wig out of here, bitch.
You walk into my office with the Temu wig, asking for help for your PCOS. The fuck out of here.
Right. We have a Zen garden in the center. Get the fuck out. We have a little waterfall. You cannot be here. It's too nice for you.
I want to think about eating healthier.
Right, exactly. Go for a walk.
Yeah.
You fat.
I just read a few weeks ago at this point, I read an article in the New York Times about how the PCOS diet is bullshit.
Yeah.
Like any dietary recommendations to treat specifically symptoms of PCOS is not a thing.
Yeah.
It has no impact on the hormone levels that are, you know, kind of causing all this imbalance and all that shit. And I thought that was so interesting because I feel like for a lot of my girlfriends that deal with PCOS, it's like a big thing that their doctors tell them is like diet is important. And diet isn't important for like everything with the human body, but to say it treats something like PCOS specifically is just
it's literally
false.
cysts. It's like you think dieting is gonna make these fucking
right.
things leave my ovaries.
It's like no. It really is like telling a cancer patient like if you eat this certain way, it'll
make
help
the cancer go away.
Exactly,
like, no.
And it's like no, you need medicine to treat that. And I think weight gain is something that we hear a lot about PCOS and like an overgrowth of facial hair.
Yeah, I got a lot of laser hair removal for that.
Yeah. So, but the losing your hair
it's the biggest one.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. Like I've been fat for my whole life, so like I don't really care about being fat. But the fucking hair loss, like 'cause I'm such a hair girl. Like I'd always want like a wacky style or diet or do something fun with it.
Yeah.
Now it's just like that's all I think about. Like, fuck. 'Cause I used to be like, when I was a little kid, it's like I had the thickest hair. It was super long to the point where I was like, oh, I'm so sick of having this thick hair everywhere. And like I got compliments on it when I got my hair done. And I remember I think I was like 22, the first time I got my hair done. They're like, well, your hair's kind of fine. So da-da-da-da. I'm like, my hair's fine.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I have the thickest hair in the world. Yeah. That's what I've been told my entire life.
And
what
that's my identity.
About? Yeah, that's who I'm a big hair girl. Like, what do you mean my hair is thin? Like, and then, it just got worse and worse. And it's just like, it's really been like eating at me like all the time because it's there. It's in everyone's face. Yeah. There's no way to like, you know, like with being fat, I must wear certain clothes or kind of like this is the only way to really is like wear a wig. Yeah. It's like the only way to kind of hide it. And it's not comfortable. Right. Like I still constantly think about what if I like get stuck in something and it snatches my wig. Like that's all like, I can't think about like when's the first time like I have sex with someone and I'm wearing a wig. Like what's that going to be like? Like what if it falls off? Like, it's just like, it's just like, it's obsessive. It's obsessive.
Totally. It's stuff that you wouldn't think that it just adds a whole nother layer to dating, to everything. It adds a whole nother layer.
And like, and I feel for like girls are always like making fun of balding dudes, but like it is tough. Like it is easier for them, I think. Like it's way more uncommon for a girl to be balding, and it's like we have to rely on our look so much more just
and hair
to be perceived as a human.
Hair is a safety blanket.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I'll never forget when I was like, I must have been home from school sick. Yeah, and that best television when you're home from school sick. You got The Price is Right in the morning. You got, Antiques Roadshow. Like, so good. But in the afternoon, you have like Oprah, Dr. Phil, The View. Oh, no, The View was in the morning. My bad. Mm-hmm. Regis and Kelly was in the morning. And the Regis and Kelly was on at 9. And like The View was on at like 10 maybe. Yeah. And I'll never forget this one bitch on The View. Who is the fat black lady that lost a bunch of weight?
Oprah Winfrey.
No. No, she had her own show.
I can't think of it.
Oh, I can't think of her name. It's killing me. But she was always tormented for her weight on like in the public. Right. And I'll never forget her saying something like, well, being a brunette is naturally slimming. And as if to say, like she was saying that when you have long brunette hair, you look thinner, and that stuck with me. And I was like, thank God I have long brunette hair. Right. Like, I think to a degree it still sticks with me because I'll go kind of crazy on a haircut and like I'll go real short because I know in like a few months it'll come back and like I feel so fat when I have short hair. Yeah. Like it's a mental thing,
especially just like it's something that cover the double chin a little bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like it's like it's a literal safety blanket. Like if I'm feeling uncomfortable, I can take my hair and drape it over my body, and it's like obviously you can still see me, but like mentally, you can't see me under
it's
all
this.
A
little hug around your face.
Yeah, and like to a degree, like it kind of like I hate seeing the trend. I mean, whatever.
We hate them.
Online, it's like, and like when I see my friends that like are able to do like a slick back bun, I'm like, my face could never. Like I feel so ugly when my hair is pushed back.
Yeah, I also have a widow's peak, so whenever I push my hair back, I swear I'd look like a vampire or something. Like it just, I shaved it off once when I was little because I hated it so much.
But widow's peak are like also a desirable thing. Like it makes no sense,
right?
To me because I would feel the same.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
I feel like weird.
Like, it's pointy. What is that?
Yeah.
It was like an older lady thing. Like older ladies would be like, "Oh my God, you're a widow's peak."
Yes, older women love a widow's peak.
Yeah, and my like a dimple chin, like things that are like I would be made fun of. Old ladies are like, "Oh, your dimple chin.
You look like old Hollywood."
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's a tough one. Well, good on you for deciding to just take it into your own hands and say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna wear wigs."
Yeah.
So, did you fully shave your hair?
Not yet. Today's my test day.
Yeah.
Just to see if I can like handle having a wig.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna make a big deal about it. I think I'm gonna go live and just like
content.
If
content,
you're not making
obviously.
content
off of this. What are we even doing?
I'm gonna make a sob story for TikTok. People are gonna be like, "Oh my God, she's so brave."
And then you can put your Venmo handle in the bio so that you can
get a nice wig, not an $8 Temu wig.
Yes, because that definitely would have like an impact as far as like
comfort and everything.
Yes, absolutely. I have some wigs you can take if you want them because I'm never gonna wear them.
I'll take a peek.
Yes, please take them.
Any lace? No, I'm kidding.
No, they're really bad. They're shitty wigs from Amazon. I can't get myself to do the Temu yet because I feel like everything will like light my house on fire.
So far, I'm so bad. I'd use Shein and Temu so much.
Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't do any of that stuff because like Shein, I haven't done in a while, but I have done Shein.
Right.
To a lot.
Yeah.
But
also it's the only affordable, actually cute plus size clothes I can ever fucking find.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Because it's the same stuff but bigger. Like,
yes. Which is all we want.
It's it. And I feel like we keep repeating this to the internet and world. They're still like, "Oh, you want to wear something that says like CSE or something?"
Yeah.
That's like shaped weird and has like ladybugs on it. Like it's just
it's like they're stuck in 2011.
Yeah.
With their if you go to Torrid,
oh my God.
and you look at it's like a striped shirt with like a graphic rose.
Yeah.
Like that's all they know.
And has some like sparkles on it.
The size of a tent.
Right.
They have no idea how to make good clothing. And it's like, how are you a plus size brand?
Like who's making this?
Yeah. When I found out that plus size brands will use a plus size model but put a fat suit on them, that I've never felt more betrayed.
Right.
Like, because you look at models, you look at like plus size models that are modeling these clothes that should fit on our bodies. And
like
I
perfectly
noticed,
curved. No double chin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The no double chin for me was like, how are they so beautiful? Like, not to say if you have a double chin, you're not beautiful. But when I'm looking at this, I'm like, does she gua sha? Like, how is her? And it's because, she's not fat enough to have a double chin.
Right.
She's wearing a fat suit.
Yeah, and stuffing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like all smoke and mirrors, and we're all being deceived.
Constantly. Even for skinny people. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, look at the skinny little person with the big old titties. Like, very rarely is that a body type. It exists, and God bless them.
Yeah. But if they have the big old titties and they don't have an ass, and then they wish they had an ass,
right?
It's like,
so one or the other. No matter what, you're gonna hate yourself.
Yes, that's the biggest takeaway. No matter what, you're gonna hate yourself.
Right. I mean, as a woman, at least, men love themselves. I feel like a lot.
Well, no matter what, you're supposed to hate yourself.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I feel like it adds character.
Yeah.
So, like, hate yourself a little bit. Like, you don't have to like constantly be like self-loathing. Well, but I don't like a cocky person.
Yes, exactly. That kind of person, and you're like,
you just want to tell them, you're not that great, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Then they're like, you're just jealous. And I mean, I guess in a way, because I wish I could be as blindly confident.
Right. But the lack of self-awareness adds to them being insufferable.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. So have you, with being somebody that's fat, do you wish that you weren't?
Like most of my life.
Yeah.
I just actually until I was like 30, I was kind of like, you know what? Like, I feel like it's the best it's gonna get. Like,
I know.
Unless I do a crazy crash diet and like obsess over my health, I'm having fun.
But for it to because I deal with this all the time. But like, if I go do a crazy crash diet, I'm going to feel good for 3 months. Yeah. I'm going to look the way that I want to a degree, because I'm not going to look the way that I want. I'll never look the way that I want.
Right.
for longer than a quarter.
Yeah.
Truly.
Like it's so hard to keep up with that. Like I just need someone to feed me.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at food.
And what I'm bad at and which I'm trying to get better at, and I've been like really, 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 really focusing on this, and it's helping me feel way better, is just like not restricting myself. And I know how that sounds.
Right.
Like, you know, oh, you don't just restrict yourself. You're just going to end up eating everything. And it's like, yeah, maybe
moderation.
at first, but then like, okay, like I eat a whole bag of Nerds clusters. How do I feel? Like shit. Like I want to die.
Yeah.
And so the next time I go to eat Nerds clusters, I'm like, okay, I actually am satiated, like with like the 5 that I just threw in my mouth because like I'm sitting and I'm thinking about it. It's like kind of crazy how, because here's the thing. Sorry, I'm talking a lot.
No. Go off.
Here's the thing with food. I'm fully addicted to it.
Same.
But I can't cut myself off from it like I would alcohol or drugs or something like that. I have to eat it. So it's like my only other option is to be extremely mindful about it. You know, and I don't know. I just read this book. I just listened to this book. I can't lie. Women, Food, and God. My guest that was on a few weeks ago told me about it. And it really, really helped me realize how much like eating I do is so emotional.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. And also, do you have like an oral fixation?
Yes.
It's that too. Like, I just want to be chewing on something.
I love a mouthfeel.
Yeah, exactly.
I love a mouthfeel.
I like swallowing.
Yeah.
No, but I just do. Like, everyone's like, just chew gum. I'm like, it's not the same.
No.
And I want different textures. I want different flavors. Like, I just love chewing on stuff.
This whole thing of like, oh, chew mint gum when you cook, it'll make it. And like, well, now I'm just eating like
minty whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like that's not. Now I'm just making it a less enjoyable experience for myself.
Right. I am trying to do a thing where it's like basically like try to like really savor each bite.
Yeah.
And, like enjoy it because I am just kind of like, and that's also from like I've been like a server bartender so long, so I'm very like trained to like eat fast.
Yes.
Like hurry up, eat. Okay.
And stand.
Yeah. I stand eating like at home for no reason sometimes. But I started doing the Factor meals.
Oh,
little
how
delivery.
Is that?
It is good, but it's like it is such small portions.
Yeah.
I'm like this is for a baby. Like this is not.
Yeah.
It's like one piece of meat and like a half like filled little tray of vegetables. Like
yeah.
Like I feel like it could be a little bit more like
substantial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always felt that way about like any kind of frozen meal, like any kind of like meal that you just go to the freezer aisle and it has like little lunch tray compartments of food.
Right.
It never felt like enough food to me.
Right. I'm like, who's this portioned for? Like,
I know.
And it is supposed to make you like lose weight, I guess. But I'm like, God, like I feel like I see people in those like dieting videos, like I make food that's still delicious, but good for you. And they're eating more food than that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But they're also working out probably. I just walk everywhere. I'm like, I work out because I walk
God
everywhere.
for New Yes. Nothing else to say. End of sentence.
Right.
That is a workout.
But I've not lost a single pound since I've lived out here. Like, what is this?
But you haven't gained any.
That is true. I've been kind of just staying the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's just so hard because it's like, even with what you were saying about your mom, like your mom yo-yo dieted. It's because like diets don't fucking work.
They really don't. They truly do not.
Not for longevity.
No.
You know, and it's just like,
I have friends who are like, I'm never going to eat bread again. I'm like, good luck, bitch. Good fucking luck. It's not real.
Call me.
You're going to be miserable.
Don't call me when you're doing that. Because, like, you're going to be impossible to be around.
Yeah. You're like, oh my God, you're eating pizza. Like, yeah, I am. I'm having a little slice.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I'm having a little slice. I like that. I'm having a little slice. Well, that was another thing. Like, I feel like pizza became this like real habitual thing for me because it's like, you know, you late night, you do a spot, and then it's like, I get to go home. I'm gonna get a little reward.
Exactly.
Before I go home. And for me, taking away that reward was something I had to like come to terms with.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I don't take it away 100% of the time. Sometimes it's like I have to check in with myself and be like, are you actually hungry, or do you just mentally think you need a slice of pizza right now because you technically didn't have dinner, but you didn't have dinner because you weren't hungry,
right?
You know. But I can always convince myself to get a slice of pizza.
What is this one slice? Tomorrow you won't eat pizza.
I know. It's so hard to not have that.
Yeah.
But do you have any diets that you recall specifically that you used to do like growing up?
I did this, or growing up, not so much. It was very much just kind of like, here, have a shake for breakfast instead.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. I just remember like my dad telling me like, eat carbs in the morning. And then like at night, and so like in the morning, like at school, like school lunch, I get like the fucking Bosco sticks or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a diet. Like I'm eating carbs in the morning and then I won't eat them at night. But yeah, I never really had like a specific diet when I was younger. When I was like in my 20s, I did things, what was it called? It was like one of those like green bottle shake up things. And it's like, you can have one piece of meat at this time. Then you have a shake and then you have another piece of meat at this time. And then a good night's tea or something.
Dinner.
Yeah. It's like, it was awful.
Yeah. Awful.
I just like add hot sauce to everything.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be good for your metabolism, apparently. That's what my mom told me once, and I believe it forever.
Literally, these bullshit things that people say. And it's like, no.
That's not a thing.
What is a hot sauce that's filled with sugar?
Right.
That's to be good for your metabolism.
That's so bad.
But like, I also think that.
Right, and I'm going to believe it till I die.
Yes.
Hot sauce is good for you, period.
It's so good. So it doesn't matter if it's good for me or not because I'm going to.
I need it.
Yeah.
I need flavor. I cannot do some bland ass chicken.
Yeah.
Like I like spices and stuff. I don't know.
Were either of your parents good cooks?
They were both very busy. Like it was like we could have like spaghetti night or something once in a while, but it was never anything like super healthy. But yeah, they had they're divorced, so they each had like their little things. Or I was a lot of fast food, pizza, frozen meals. Because my dad was a police officer. He mostly worked nights. I have a whole joke about it. Don't worry, I'm not super like pro cop, but I'm also don't want my dad to be dead.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
like it's this whole other like weird complex I have. But my mom was a firefighter for a while too, so they'd both be working nights, like on call all the time.
Civil servants,
exactly. So they're helping everyone else and it's like throw like some McDonald's at us and
you guys can have whatever,
right?
Well, the reason why I asked was because there were so many things that I thought I hated and I'm like, oh, my mom, my grandma just like weren't good at cooking it,
right?
Like, oh,
my grandma's a great cook. My parents are both pretty good cooks, like like I guess like compared to other parents, okay, yeah, especially working parents. Did you guys all eat dinner at the same time, or was it like fend for yourself? Like if it was like spaghetti night, it was like we wouldn't like eat at the table. We'd all like sit in front of the TV and like that type of stuff. But we're mostly just eat at different times.
We had a table that we sat at and ate, but there was a television in the kitchen.
Right.
So we watched around the television.
You need the television. You don't want to talk to each other.
No, if The Simpsons or Seinfeld is not playing in the background, I don't know how to be with you people.
I know. I don't know how to eat. Like I can't eat anything unless there's something on.
Yeah. So did you feel pressure to change the way that you looked because you had a mom that, and maybe she didn't do this, but like a mom that remarked about her body a lot?
She would definitely talk, like especially at herself. Anytime she ever gave me like advice, like it was me asking. Like she never she never tried to put that on me, but like, you just hear it. Yeah. You see it and hear it, especially like on the phone or you
look like if you look different from like the people in your class.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's a big thing. It's just like, I was always the biggest girl. I used to be the tallest until like 7th grade too. Mm-hmm. So that's just like another thing. I was good at basketball though in 5th grade. Watch out. I was really good.
Did you play sports?
Only basketball for a couple years. Or I tried soccer, but I hated it.
Yeah.
Basketball. I still love basketball. I cheerleaded for a little bit. Nice.
That was something I mentally could never do.
It was awful.
Like, oh, I'm too fat for it.
It was awful. It was torture. Like it was so
you hell of a spotter.
Yeah, exactly. Hell of a spot. Be catching bitches. No, we never went that hard. It was just like, man, there must be some eagles in the air. Like, we were Eagles, of course, the most like hack high school mascot.
Same, my high school.
Everyone's an eagle.
Everyone's an eagle.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Right.
God, everyone is an eagle. I like mentally was like, it's so crazy. I don't know why I thought I was 500 fucking pounds, but I was like, there's not going to be a uniform to fit me, so can't do it. You know? Like, no matter how I looked, always was like, no, it'll be too embarrassing. They have to special order one for me.
Right. Yeah.
Crazy.
And they did kind of have to for me.
Well,
like the skirt was fine because those are stretchy, but like the fucking shirts were like a corset. Like it was like this thick knitted thing. So I remember that being a problem. But yeah, it was. But also, like I look back on pictures, like even like in middle school, I thought I was so fat, but I was actually like I was skinny. Like,
I know.
and the love handles are just always there. They're just always gonna be there. But everything else, I was like, damn, like I was snatched. Like what?
Yeah, I know.
And I thought it was so disgusting.
Disgusting. I look back at the photos from when I was tanning a lot, and I was tanning to conceal this disgusting body.
Right.
And I was like, that I want to slap her in the face.
Yeah.
What I would do to have that body now.
Period.
It kills me. It really kills me.
So. I hate it.
Did you go to college?
No, I went to community college for like a semester.
Okay.
And a half, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a comedian.
Oh wow, you've been doing comedy a while then.
Like 5 years.
Okay.
Or no, it's been. I think it's close to 6 years now.
Oh, nice.
But yeah,
nice. We probably started around the same time then.
Yeah.
So you went from high school. You did like a semester of community college, and then just went right into working.
I've been working since I was like 14. Like I was like, my first job was at like an apple orchard, and then I worked at a McDonald's, which didn't help anything.
I bet.
Yeah. It's like, of course, like.
Was the food free or did like, oh,
free.
Wow.
And for a while it was free, whatever. Then it was like just free dollar menu stuff, but you could really go to town. It was.
Do some work on a dollar menu.
I love McDonald's. I truly do. It's so bad. I'm so addicted to it. But nothing is like McDonald's fries. Nothing matches.
McDonald's fries.
It's mostly just the fries. Like also Mac sauce. I know it's just Thousand Island dressing, but there's something special in there too.
Yeah, a little crack.
Yeah, it's crack. It's something like their pop. I'm sorry, call it soda here.
Oh, you're Midwest.
Yeah. But like a Coke from McDonald's is just better. Like they put drugs in it. There has to be something in there. Because I loved it.
Well, I learned from a cooking show that Paris Hilton had on Netflix that they put sugar in the fries.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wanted to recreate the fries like on the show.
Yeah,
that's another thing. There's all these skinny bitches that love fast
food. I love a burger. Like, shut up.
These bitches go to fast food. I don't know why I turned into Sebastian Maniscalco just now, but these bitches will go to McDonald's and only get a burger. And it's like, oh, I love fast food, and it's like, if I had that sense of control, maybe but that's the thing.
I'm getting a little bit of chicken nugget.
Like
we're getting a burger, getting fries.
Walk around and flaunt your
Sorry,
love.
I smoke cigarettes.
No, you're fine. And you flaunt your love of McDonald's. It's like
you're disgusting.
Gross.
It
Yourself. Looks at it as gross, but like
skinny girl does it.
Someone
like,
skinny.
Wow,
it's
you're
like,
so real.
She's so quirky.
She's just like us.
I know, but then the problem is that I see a skinny girl eating McDonald's, and I'm like, well, she can eat it.
Yeah, she can do whatever she wants.
So I'm like, I can have it. I mean,
she's skinny, so
yeah, you can have
once
it.
in a while,
but have it whenever. Yeah,
but I'm always just like, I had fat food. Well,
fat food.
fat food, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, at least like twice a week.
Yeah.
If not, there's been times where I've had it like every single day. If I'm like traveling or something.
Yeah.
Like it's impossible.
On the road, it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's when I'm driving and I'm on like my third hour of driving and I'm starving and I pass a Culver's.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting a Culver's
and
I am getting the ice cream with it.
Yeah.
Because I also have the mentality of like, well, I don't have one by me, so I might as well.
Right. It's special. It's a special thing.
Yeah.
Also, I've been driving all day. I need a little treat.
Exactly. Oh God.
It's hard.
So do you have a history at all of eating disorders?
I think I do. Like, I definitely have like a binging problem. Like, I'm definitely addicted to food.
Yeah.
But I love it. But I never did like I'm not eating anything. I never did like try to be anorexic or anything like that, or like purging or like anything like that.
I couldn't be anorexic.
Right. Yeah.
Try as I might.
Yeah.
I could not do it. I could not do it.
Oh, not eating anything at all?
Yeah.
No.
I would get to like a very reasonable hour. And I would have to eat something.
I have seen a lot of shows about people talking about like the binging when they like binge and then throw up, and I'm like, that actually looks so fun. Just because like you see them just going crazy. There's like food all around. I'm like, oh, and that does look so fun.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's such an awful thing for me to be like, oh, I like that.
Well, I'm surprised that you haven't done this because you have that outlook on it.
Right.
Because
it's so doable.
I know. I don't want to sit here and try to act like I'm endorsing or reinforcing that binge and purging is good, but there is a pleasure in that cycle of it, because it's like you get the unbelievable pleasure of being able to binge, which is just like insane. And then like I don't know if it's like a survival mechanism or like what goes on in our brains that like during the purge, after the purge, and you're just like, well, now I feel great that it's all out of me.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I don't know, it's almost like a Molly
you
come
still
down.
get like the calories. Like once it hits your mouth, you're already getting, like, it doesn't really do anything but like fuck
it
your
doesn't,
teeth up. And like it's so, like that's something I always like, and that I think stopped me, is that you're not going to lose weight from really, like, I guess you can. I don't know how it works, but like, you're still getting something.
You're still, you're still.
Like, it's not worth it at the end of the day. Also, I hate throwing up. I do it a lot when I'm hungover. I'm a big hungover thrower upper. At least when I was younger. I'm really good at drinking now, but
yeah.
By good as in not overdoing it.
Totally. I was gonna say, do you like to drink?
I love a drink. I love going out. I'm a party girl. I'm still a party girl. Like I can just go out by myself and just like make friends at bars, and like it's like it was like a problem when I first moved to New York. But I did like a 6 months like no drinking thing.
Oh, good.
Which that made the eating so much worse though, because it's like, what am I gonna do tonight? Oh, eat a bunch. Like I would be out drinking a ton of beers, so this is better for me in a way. But but now I'm like way more doing the harm reduction.
Yes.
Like this, like thinking like, okay, like basically in my head, I'm like, if I have 2 drinks, I need a full glass of water. 2 drinks, a glass of water. Try not to have more than 2 drinks in an hour. Like, like over, like just being aware of it.
Totally.
Yeah, I still go out. Like I can stay up, like go on a bender for like 2 days without like Coke or anything.
Nice.
Like I can just keep drinking and just like partying, following whatever people I've randomly met.
I love going out and I love having a drink. And it's so funny because like I used to go out, like go to bars and whatever. And I still do that to a certain extent. But now I consider like a night of partying, like going to dinner and having like wine. But like
nice.
Not like a glass of wine.
Right.
You know, like
you get in the bottle.
Yeah. Like, let's just get a bottle from the table.
Right.
And it's so fun. Like, it's just, I feel like, but, you know, I had a guest on recently who was talking about how she felt that way about drinking, you know, wine at dinner, and how, like, she read Alan Carr's Easy Way to Stop Drinking, and how, like, she looked at, I don't know, the way that the book helped her was, like, looking at it as, like, a poison, and how, you know, the drinking is not what you're craving from the social interaction. You're craving the social interaction. Yeah. And it made so much sense. And it does make me think about, like, you know, going out. It's like, does wine need to be involved?
Right.
But you know what's funny? The moment I started thinking like that, I had like 3 friends tell me that they're pregnant. And so I'm like, okay, so I guess not a lot drinking. Of wine's going to be happening at dinner now. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. But that also is like weirdly how the universe works. Like when you start to think about like maybe not doing something, it like just presents it so that it's not going to. I don't have any intention of not drinking anytime soon though, because I feel like what you were saying about the harm reduction, it's like if you have a good mindset about it,
it's just there.
Yeah.
Like especially doing comedy. It's like sometimes it's the only way of getting paid. Like I want to get my money's worth.
I know.
A free beer or something.
Well, that is also a way with food of like, I hate seeing food go to waste.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate seeing food go to waste because it's like,
there's so many people I see in New York just leave their leftovers. I'm like, that's insane to me.
I know.
Like, like fuck you. Like I want to take the stranger's leftovers.
Yeah. Well, I'm never leaving food on the table. It's coming home with me.
Yeah, 100%.
But my problem is not like eating it in the moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you look at it and it's like, is this enough to take home?
Or it's that awkward thing where it's like, if I have a little bit, there's only a little bit left and I'm so full. But it's like, it's not even enough. Like, it's so dumb to take it home. So I'm just going to stuff myself until it hurts.
I know. but like, that is more harmful to me than having a few too many drinks, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think.
I feel more like shit. Like walking around, I feel disgusting.
Yeah.
Like my tummy hurts. Like, this is not good. I feel like I want to throw up because it's like Yeah, I've gotten to that point. Like, I'll admit it.
No, totally.
Just to like finish those last couple bites of the thing.
Yeah,
I hate it. Yeah,
it sucks. But another good thing about living in New York, let's walk it off.
We're walking off.
We're gonna walk it off.
That is it too. Like, I have to go up a flight of stairs. That's gonna.
Well, because I'm also like, walking after a meal is technically good for you. Like, it's good to get the blood flowing. It's good to kind of like fart it out.
Right,
it's
exactly.
Like disgusting, but like,
no, yeah,
it is good to do that. But too bad eating a big meal and going to sleep happens to be my favorite thing ever.
Same. I get my sleepiest after a meal, which is not good.
I know.
Like, I can't. Like, I've tried, and especially like my work. Like, after comedy stuff. Like, usually right after work, I go straight to like a mic or a show or something, and then I don't eat anything until like 9 o'clock on my way home. Then I'm like, I want to eat it in front of the TV. Like,
yes,
I'm not gonna eat it before heading home. Like,
yep.
So let's eat right before bed. And I'm like, I'm sleepy now. Night.
I know. In that book I was listening to, Women, Food, and God, she said, it's
so live, laugh, love of a title.
I know, but it's so good, dude. Like, I can't even tell you. She has these rules, and one of it's like, you got to put it on a plate. Which was good for me because I will stand in front of the fridge and just like eat, and like, I'm not saying any of this to be like, I want to lose weight. It's just like, I legitimately just want to not feel like I want to kill myself after I eat,
Just having a healthy relationship with food.
Yeah.
Like,
so like, put it on a plate and sit down and eat it. But the other thing she said is no distractions. No. And it's like, how am I supposed to eat and not watch a show or not listen to a podcast or just not read something? Like, I just have to sit and eat it. And it's like, I didn't want to be completely out, but I was like, okay, I have to like titrate down.
Yeah.
I can't just cold turkey take away my,
right.
Like, because, but it did really help me realize like how much I'll, cause that thing, like, when you like have like a bag of Skittles or something and then you go reach in to eat another Skittle and the bag is empty and you're like, where the fuck did my Skittles go? And it's like,
really?
I ate the Skittles.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like I didn't even have them.
Yeah.
I didn't even consume it.
Right.
And I realized like that was like dinner and television.
Yeah. It does make sense.
Ugh. Yeah.
I love it. But I do enjoy, like, I feel like I have to be like outside to do that. Like, I do enjoy just going to a place and just eating, like, alone even. Like, I don't like, people think people think weird things about going out by yourself.
You're good at that?
Yeah. I love
alone.
going out by myself.
Yeah.
I truly, like, I like doing what I want to do. And like, I hate walking with another person. Like, I just do. It's hard. Like, I have friends. I love my friends. Like, I love people. I love hanging out.
Yep.
But I'd much rather walk by myself than with a person.
I so agree with you.
Yeah.
Like, anytime we go on a trip somewhere, anytime it's like, okay, girls, we're going to fly down to Tampa for so-and-so's bachelorette. I'm like, how can I make it so that no one's on my flight?
Right.
Because I don't want to sit in and it's like crazy because these are my friends.
Right. But I want to listen to my music and I want to zone out.
Yeah.
And not talk to anybody.
And I want to eat Wendy's really early in the morning.
Yeah. And have a Coke first thing in the morning.
I feel like I can't do that when I'm with other people. You maybe just cracked into why I'd like to travel alone.
Right.
But that is part of it. Like, of like, I'll meet you guys down there.
Right.
Because I want to do the travel aspect alone.
And I don't want to talk. I don't know. I guess I have traveled with friends, and usually my friends are like very similar, obviously, like in a way where we can just both put on our headphones. But I feel like the Bachelorette, there's always like a person that's like, you don't know that well, and they just want to talk the whole time. And it's like, I don't want to talk the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Or like, God forbid, someone on the plane wants to talk to you.
Oh, God. I'm the rudest bitch. I'll just be straight up no. Like, I won't say no, but I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna zonk out. Like, nothing personal, but like, I need time. Like, I'll just be honest. Like, I need brain time.
I'm good at being alone, but I'm not good at that.
Yeah. I've become I used to be very much a pushover. Like, I still am in a lot of ways, but I've become way more of a cunt, especially since moving to New York.
Yeah.
It's just like a survival. Like,
yeah. It's like Gen Z calls it boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I call it being a cunt. Being a rude bitch. Like, no, it's boundaries.
Being selfish.
Right, yeah.
For your own self-preservation.
Right.
Do you think your want to be alone affects dating and relationships?
Oh, yeah.
You're single?
I've been single for like 5 years, like situationships, whatever. But like I was a serial monogamous, like from high school until I started comedy. Like was in a 4-year relationship, like live-in relationship.
Oh, wow.
Broke up 3 months later, was in another like 3-year relationship with another guy. And then after that, I was like, all right, I'm being single, living single life. And then like I just kind of, I haven't found a person I'd want to date really.
So in your time and living in New York, was that all single, or were you dating while in New York?
All single, yeah. I've had some steady situations, like fuck buddies, which I'm like, we're seeing each other like once a week for like months. So it's like I have like that. But there's no one like I could imagine like spending my days with.
Right.
Like living with another person doesn't even sound nice at this point.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if it's like, some people call it what, like some bad independence, or it's like
codependence?
Or no, it's like the opposite. It's like overly independent.
Oh, so like the opposite of codependence. It sounds like isolating.
Right, but it's not, because I'm still like out and doing my own thing.
But you don't want anybody to mess up your vibe.
Yeah.
What you got,
especially when I'm home. Like when and especially now that I'm doing this, and I want to go home and rip this wig off. I don't want someone I want to fuck, like seeing this.
But that, I'll tell you, that is when you know you found the right one.
That is
the
true.
person you can rip your wig off in front of.
Yeah.
So do you go out on dates?
I kind of stopped. Like I was on one of the dating apps, and then there was just a lot of duds.
Yeah.
I'm very specific, and by like specific type is like personality. Like we need to be riffing. Yes. We need to be having a good time. But guys are so. But also I can't. I'm vibe, and I've tried going on dates with girls, and they just like don't like my sense of humor. Like both times they're just very. They just end up getting mad. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, and then I feel such like a man. I'm like, come on, like. Yeah, like lighten up, smile, honey. Yeah. Like,
yeah, I want to smile a little bit more.
Right? Yeah. Like, God, it was just a joke. Like, so that hasn't worked out. And then with guys, they also like they just don't get it. Yeah. There's like the amounts of times I'm like I say something a little wacky, and they're like, what? Whoa, what?
I know, and like guys also can't handle a woman being funnier than them.
Yeah, they hate that.
Yeah, and it's like, guys, it's kind of way easy to be funnier than you because you think you're funny.
Yeah,
but there was a study done that like, men actually do like funny women, but women define a funny man as someone we can laugh at their jokes, and men define a funny woman as someone that laughs at their jokes.
That doesn't even make sense.
I know. That's how dumb they are. Sense. That's how dumb they are.
I hate men, but
I know,
damn it.
It's so
I love my boys. I love boys. I'm a boy girl. Like I hang out with boys.
Yeah.
I love boys. But goddamn, they're fucking stupid. And then they think we're stupid.
Have you ever had a guy friend that you had a crush on?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Like almost all of them. If any of them are like, do you want to have sex? I'd be like, oh, absolutely. Yeah. Let's ruin the friendship right away.
Totally.
Like,
yeah.
I have a lot, like there's like been like a handful of people that I was just like, just such a crush. So into them. And I'm definitely like the bro. I'm like, nope. Yeah. They are not. They're not into it.
Do you think you boy yourself a little bit more as like a defense mechanism?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, yeah, I won't feel bad if I'm purposely being like, "What's up, dude?"
If
like,
I'm just a dude to them, if I'm just like a cool chick to them, I don't have to worry about them maybe not seeing me as a romantic partner. Yeah, I so get that. Yeah, I totally have done that.
But then I hate it because then I'm like, oh man, I really just screwed that one. Like screwed the pooch there. But I was also like, I'm very honest about my feelings. Like I've straight up told men like, hey, like I'm into you. And they're just like, oh no.
Another thing they hate.
Yeah, is being honest. I'm supposed to play hard to get, and like, no, I just want someone to be like, hey, I like you too.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's like each other. Like, I'm not saying we have to get married.
Yeah.
Like, can we just like each other and do stuff sometimes?
It sucks. One of my girlfriends just called me today and was telling me like a guy that she matched with, and like she was just running through the whole thing, and then I texted him at 9:59, and then he texted me back at 10:15, and and I just like was sitting there listening to her, and I like hated that she had to tell me all this because I remember that. Like I've been in a relationship, it'll be 3 years in August, and like I feel like bitches that get into relationships like the one I'm in, it's like they have amnesia about what we fucking went through.
Right.
And I always said to myself, I never want to be that person that just like forgets and is like, when the right one comes along, you'll know. So no, I will entertain this conversation, and I will give you my honest feedback and my honest advice in a situation where a guy is playing the game is to, you gotta play it too. And the biggest lesson I learned, because ever since I've been in a committed relationship, which is my first one really ever, because like all the relationships I've been in the past have been situationships that I wanted to be something. It was always like, it felt like an unrequited love kind of thing. Not love on their end by any means.
All
over here.
I've had a few of those.
And I look back and I'm like, I wish I played it more cool. Not because I wanted those things to work out, but because like I didn't realize how like it, like talking about myself, like the neediness was oozing out of my pores.
Yeah. That's my problem too.
And
I get jealous.
And like there's this Chapel Roan song which is like, I try to be the chill girl, the cool girl, but honestly I'm not. Yeah. And it's like, no, literally, like I can't be the chill cool girl. I cannot. I can not text you and maybe not let you know that I'm like upset with you, but the energy is going to go somewhere and I'm going to be a bitch to my friend because of it.
Right.
Like,
we're going to get some weird snacky remark at some point.
Or I'm going to internalize it and tell myself that I'm like an unlovable piece of shit. Like I cannot be the cool girl. I cannot be the chill girl. And it's so annoying because when you're dating, it's like, you gotta
be chill.
You
can't show all your cards.
You gotta play the game. You have to.
And that's with like comedy too. I hate playing games. I'm very much like, I like being honest, and it's like, I know it sounds like I'm as a truth teller. I just I like being real, but like I do. Like I can tell when someone's just trying to like network just for the sake of networking. It grosses me out.
Smell it on them.
Yeah, or when a guy's just trying to play like me, like talk to me or not. Like, are you into me or not? Just tell me. Like, why do we have to do this?
Yeah.
What's this dance? Like, it's just, I don't like it. But that's the way that everything is, how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
And I have to like teach myself because it's not smart to not do that.
I know. Like, the whole like networking thing is like, well, because it's like before I did comedy, and I mean, I still work in corporate America, but before I didn't do comedy and I only worked in corporate America, networking was part of it.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I can't wait till I don't have to do this anymore.
Right. But it's like forever.
It is forever. But like networking should feel natural. Like,
yeah. And usually it does,
like,
especially in comedy.
It came from like networking.
Right.
You
yeah.
know? But like
true.
It didn't feel like networking.
It was like, I just want to meet you because you can possibly help me. Like, yeah. Like, yeah. Natural networking. Like, also, like, it's making friends at the end of the day too. Like, similar stuff. Like, like, it is all. Yeah. It's just like you can like when you can tell when someone's just like snaky. Yeah. Like they weren't talking to you until they saw you go up and you do well. Or like something like that. Like,
or they find out you run a show.
Yeah. And then suddenly it all changes. Yeah. Like that's a shit that I'm like, don't even blah.
I know, it's so transparent.
Yeah.
Shifting over to we have to wrap up a little bit, but shifting over to I'm gonna ask you, when did you realize you were bi?
So I remember when I was younger, I would draw girls having sex. Cause I didn't like, I would like see it somewhere and I'm like, and it was literally like, you know, like bubble little kid hands that they're like touching their boobs. Like I would draw it and it was really bad, but I was obsessed with boobs. Love boobs. Still
honestly
am.
Same though. Yeah, like I loved boobs.
Gay mans love boobs. Like everyone loves boobs. Boobs are great. But yeah, I was just like obsessed with boobs. Like my biggest dream was just to rub boobs with another girl. Like that's all I wanted in my life. But I was so afraid of it because my name's Connor. I was already tomboyish. Everyone already made fun of me. Like I got the D slur a lot. I got bullied for being like, oh, you're a boy. You're this like, and now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, I am kind of a boy. Like I am kind of in the girls. And also I remember like girls being mean to me, like in the locker room, being like, don't look at me, you're probably lesbian. Wow. Like that type of stuff.
Damn, like middle school homophobia?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And I was like, so I'm like, no, I'm straight. I'm so straight.
Oh yeah.
I'm so into boys. And I was into boys. I do like boys. I say in general, like I like boys more. Like I like women like more sexually, I guess, in a way. But I've always ever like fallen in love with a boy.
Right.
Like I've never really had like an emotional crush on girls. There's girls who I thought were like very pretty, but like I've never had like the same like butterfly feeling for a girl. It was very much like just like a sexual thing that I'm into.
Yeah, totally. So when it comes to dating, it's like it's more casual because it's like you don't really see women as like a long-term partner. But it sounds like because you're bi, maybe you could.
Right. I mean, I have to give it like a better chance, like except other than like the 2 random girls I met on like Tinder.
Yeah.
Like I can't just like base it off that. And also I do think there's like a weird fear like there still. Just like with my parents, like if I ever like brought home a girl, like I feel like I would just like, not that they wouldn't like it. I don't know. I don't know.
It's like, God, I'm fat and I'm gay.
Right. God,
like,
what else?
How much more can they take from me?
Right.
But it's like, no, in reality, your parents are going to love you. And your mom's a weird one because she was a model, but she's also a firefighter. So it's like, you would think someone that's a model, like she's probably in fashion, like around all kinds of gay people.
She was a tomboy for sure.
Yeah, but it's like, no. This bitch is a firefighter, which is very gay coded.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like very.
Is my mom gay?
Is my mom? She did have a threesome once. I tell about it in my set, so I'm allowed to say it here.
That's so funny.
But she didn't like
her.
it.
Sexually explorative.
Yeah, she's like a hippie. My mom, honestly, I love my mom. I love my dad too. I love them
Your
both.
mom will be so fine if you brought home a girl. I don't even know.
No,
her.
100%. Yeah. And my dad would be too, but he just wouldn't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
He would just be awkward about it.
They learn though.
Yeah.
They learn.
And I knew he would like feel bad about stuff, and that would make. Oh, hi.
Who's that baby?
Oh my goodness, a little chicken nugget.
Yes.
You were so cute. Hello, I'm so happy to meet you. Look at you. Oh, what a precious baby.
For our audio listeners, Finney just rolled in.
Oh, the dog's here.
Yeah, he's usually in the episodes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, we actually are about to wrap up.
Perfect timing, puppy.
Yes. Hello, Finn. Did you have fun?
So cute.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to ask you before we wrap up. So where are you mentally, emotionally? Like, are you happy? Are you like, where are you at?
I'm feeling a lot better. This has been a very transformative year,
Good.
to say the least, because I like went cuckoo the first year, but I got
In New
Medicaid.
York?
Yeah, it was very hard. So I was coming from like the Detroit comedy scene rules. It's very supportive. I had a lot of friends. I used to run a comedy club. Like I was getting booked. I was like making money, like doing comedy. Like it was going very well. Now I'm like, nope, time to make it harder and move to New York, and prove yourself.
That's how you get better.
Right, exactly. Like I was very comfortable. Like I could have stayed there forever and still had like a pretty like a great time. But I was very much like, I don't want to be too comfortable. I have to, challenge yourself and,
the
upgrade.
curse of a good comic.
Right. And then it's just very lonely and no one gives a shit about you. No one cares about what you've done.
It's a tough city.
It really is. And then this not having my core friends, don't having my family, like the thing that everyone deals with when they move out here was hard. And then just job hunting has been like, I'm the most poor I've been since I was like in my early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a lot, and I wasn't getting booked like on anything.
Yep.
Like the first few months I was like, what the fuck? Like even though people I don't know. But anyways, now things are getting better. Like
Good.
I'm like, obviously I still have a long way to go, but like now I'm like I feel like I'm making progress finally. And I got my mental health in check. Shout out Will Butrin and Zoloft.
Yeah.
Shout out Mount Sinai.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I'm feeling good.
Last question. Did the PCOS have an impact on your mental health?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've always been just so depressed for no reason, because I didn't have this horrible upbringing or anything.
Yeah.
Most of the bad things that happened to me was happened at other people.
Yeah.
Not really
it wasn't the
family or anything, at least that I know of. Sometimes my mom would be like, "Do you suppress something? Like, why are you so depressed?"
Yeah.
But I remember even when I was 3 years old, I'd be like, "Mom, I'm sad." She's
the
like,
fact
"Why?"
that your mom is even asking that
Right.
shows you had a pretty good.
Yeah, my parents are both very much there. Sure, nobody's perfect. I'm not gonna say that there's nothing in here that's scrambled because my parents
Yeah, your mom sold Herbalife for
right, exactly. But yeah, I wasn't touched or anything.
Yeah.
So I think I definitely, because it says PCOS straight up fucks up your hormones. It directly affects your mood.
Yeah.
And there's been some darks for no reason other than I just hate myself and don't want to be alive. Just plain and simple. No real reason. Just don't like it. Don't like existing. So that's what the, it's purely chemical.
Yep.
But we're working on it.
But it sounds like you're doing way better.
Yeah. It has been. Yeah.
Shout out to Wellbutrin and
Zoloft.
Yep. Love it.
Double team.
Hell
Takes
yeah.
two.
you just had a threesome.
Oh yeah. I have when was my last threesome? That was a couple months ago.
Oh, I was saying because of the Wellbutrin and the Zoloft.
Oh.
You actually did. Damn.
I do have threesome sometimes.
Cool.
Oh, stop.
You're so
It wasn't good. It was a bad threesome.
Are they ever?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep
trying to make it work.
It's never good. I've never had one. I'm like, wow, what a successful threesome I just had. I just like, ugh. Oh, actually, you know what? I take that back. There was one good one I had, but it was a couple. It was a couple.
Yeah.
And it wasn't random. I don't know.
You trotted in like a little unicorn and fucked
and
up
it was
their
great.
shit.
And the guy's name was Connor too.
Oh wow.
So that was fun.
That sounds like a porn, like two Connors and a Amy.
Right. Yeah.
Her name was.
Yeah, and they're both comics too. Actually, I'm actually friends with them. So.
Oh, sick! Hell yeah!
But it was a good old time.
Well, you guys were all in simpatico.
Yeah. It was chill.
Wow, I love how I asked how you're doing mentally, phically, emotionally, and we got to you having a really good threesome.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's great. That's a
I
mark of a good mental health.
Yeah. I don't think it is.
There's a lot happening underneath the hood.
Right.
Okay, amazing. We had a great conversation. I had a lot of fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a great fun. I had great fun.
Where can people find you?
You can look me up. I actually have a website that my friend made for me.
Nice.
It's connormedian.com. CONNORMEADIAN.
Amazing. Guys, as always, Connor's information will be in the description of the show. And until next week, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.